Hey everyone, welcome back to another bullet train devlog. This week I worked mainly on one thing, on the boss, which I will get to later. But before I started working on it, I fixed some things I still felt were a bit missing from last week. So let's get to them first. The first thing I changed are the flying towers. Last week they were this UFO shape. Now I just gave the regular towers propellers because I felt like the UFO shape is a bit strange. So having now just flying towers, I feel like works a bit better with my game. The second thing you likely already saw is that they now have the ability to spawn new towers. This was what I was imagining from the start. Currently it is a bit overwhelming, so likely still needs to be tuned quite a bit. But I think it can be a very interesting tower that you should focus first if you have the ability to target them, because otherwise you will get swarmed with many more towers that you need to deal with. Then another new tower type are exploding towers. These will, as kind of the name implies, explode as soon as you defeat them. This should make it more interesting regarding target selection, because you should take care not to defeat them as you are driving by them. They currently do not hurt towers in their vicinity, only the train if it is close, but that is something I will need to figure out with further playtests. It might be that it is more interesting if they are actually able to also damage other towers. But this is already everything about the enemies I worked on. I did some slight adjustments to the outline, I think again, but other than that, my main focus this week really was on my very first big boss. So, as you can see here, my first boss is a giant troll ogre. I will call it troll. It has several abilities, but as I said, it is still very work in progress. My main focus this week was on getting animations working, getting the overall mesh in general get familiar with the animation system of Godot, because that is something I didn't really use before. So figuring things out was quite a challenge. But as you can see, although it is rough, I currently already have the ability that it shoots rocks at me, obstacles at me. There is also a charge happening sometimes. Let's see if it does it again. Currently not visible, but it is also able to gain abilities the further you are with defeating it. So something like phases. And just quite a lot of groundwork I want to improve on next week. Another point is also that I am still not really sure if I really want to have that club in the hand, because currently it just really doesn't make too much sense. So it could be that I get rid of that. But I have a first outline for the boss. So I'm actually quite happy with that. But as this took quite a lot of time just figuring stuff out, that is also everything I did this week that I can show you. There's a lot of stuff under the hood, but that is just then the culmination you see here of that work. So yeah, that was it for this week. For next week, I of course plan to continue working on the boss. This will be my main priority, and my goal is to have it done next week. And with done, I mean in the sense that it can be playtested really nicely. Likely, of course, we'll still miss audio and VFX and some other screen shake or stuff like that, but that it is in a playable state. And other than that, I will not really plan on anything else, because I assume that will take me the whole week. So with that, as always, if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you next week.